And just like that, I'm back again. Yes, I've just finished recording my next video. Hopefully you'll have seen that one where I unboxed my little Louis Vuitton purchase that I bought in Edinburgh. And today I'm back with my absolute favourite. I went to the Coach store in Edinburgh and I fell in love with quite a few things. Now, you'll be wanting to see what they are. I've managed to purchase 2 items, so I tried not to go too crazy. Again, funded by previous sales of other items that I had that I wasn't using, because I'm trying to be a bit better with what I purchased this year and how I fund it, etc. So I'm going to show you the 2 items I got, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the other things that I loved in store. So for those of you who've seen my videos before, you know I like Coach. I've always liked Coach. I don't care if people are jumping on the bandwagon now and enjoying Coach. To be honest, if they love it, they love it. I couldn't care how long they've been loving it for. My first Coach bag, I think I bought about maybe 18 to 20 years ago when I was in New York. Shockingly enough, not in the Coach store, in Macy's in Herald Square. Back in the day when Macy's was crazy, crazy busy. So yeah, that's the very first one that I bought. Absolutely loved it. Don't have it anymore, but yeah, just kind of fell in love with the brand and the quality at that stage, and I've kind of carried on from there. As it's made more of a resurgence, the great thing about it is its availability in the UK has become so much better. So because of that, we sometimes get colours and other things that you guys, even in the US, haven't got as quick, which really surprised me, especially with the latest stuff I get. It was in Selfridges. They had the massive kiss lock in that stunning blue colour that I know Winnie B LV bought. I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. And from what I know about that, it was part of the Coach campaign that they've got going on with Selfridges just now, where they've taken over that corner unit and they've got the giant Rixie slide and you can charm up your bag and all kinds of stuff. And obviously a lot of that's around personalising your tabby, which the tabby bag is a bag that I have maybe 2 of. Yeah, I think 2. I've got 2 tabbies. The absolute hands down winner for me is the Tabby 26. I'll probably do another video on how I found it since I've got it. I think for 3 weeks straight, I did not use a single other bag other than like my rucksack to carry my work laptop in, because to me, the Tabby 26 is sensational. I used it all day in Edinburgh, walking about, shopping, etc., because it carries everything in it without being too heavy, and the leather is just mwah. But anyway, today I have a bag, yes, and I have a small item as well. So I'm going to start with the small item, of course. Now, the small item I had looked at online, I didn't know it came with its own dust bag. Similar to my Louis Vuitton story, I was told it was the last one in store. Now, did that really influence me to buy it? Maybe not, because I was going to purchase something anyway. But I got this. The pink puffy leather heart. So the squishy deliciousness of this is off the hook. What I love about it, did I just say off the hook? Do people even say that anymore? But it just goes to show you how easy it is to just flip that round, have that hanging from a bag. You could hang it from your jeans if you were that way inclined. You could probably put it round your wrist. Yeah, like, let's try that. Let's try all kinds of random things with this, and then see how tangled they get as I'm trying to put it on my wrist. But yeah, you can put it on your wrist if you wanted to dangle all day. But yeah, so many uses for these. I just liked it because it was pink, I'll be honest. It was a heart, and it was squishy, delicious, to steal a phrase from Dale from Undone by Dale. I think it's Dale? Yeah, it's Dale. But anyway, love it. Thought it was dead simple, really easy to use. Also, love the antique gold hardware. Anything when Coach do with antique gold hardware is a massive chef's kiss. I love this. Second item is a bag. Now, I didn't plan on going in to buy a bag. I had seen these bags online in other stores, wasn't that enamoured with them. But it's coming up to summertime. That might give you a clue. Obviously, it comes in its own dust bag. Well, let me show you. I don't know if you can see the colour as yet through it. Yeah, because to me, I'm going to be honest, right? Look, I'll tease you another second. But I was getting a little bit bored with everything in Coach coming in that kind of brown, that kind of honey brown colour, like oxblood, or what is it? What's the name of that? Merlot. How can I forget Merlot? Black, and then I love the kind of camouflagey khaki colour. But I was getting a bit bored of that, and I was thinking, Coach, it's getting to summer, bring me some colour. And colour, by heavens above, you did. And I fell for this absolute beauty. And see, when I look at that now, it just makes my heart absolutely sing. So the absolutely stunning straw bag. I think it's the Brooklyn, I think. Let's see what the label says. It just says straw BK28. So yeah, it will be the Brooklyn 28. And the colour is dark fuchsia. So that's the little label. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know if you guys have this in the US, if you're in the US or not. I love the kind of pink hang tag. Again, it's got the lovely gold here. But again, I love the fact that I could choose to put more on that should I want to. Perhaps the little puffy heart will go on there. It's quite a simple bag. One of my favourite things about it is the magnetic closure, and I'll show you that in a minute. I'm just going to take the paper out because they didn't even take the paper out of the one I got, because again, I don't know what this is, but apparently this was the last one. So that's 3 things I bought in one weekend that were apparently the last one. But hey, we know that that can sometimes be a way that these shop assistants use to make sales. But if you look, you have your magnet here, you have your magnet here, stitched on with leather. Boom. Doesn't make a horribly loud noise either. As you've got, as usual, inside you have your bog standard, if I can get you to see it, Coach leather crepe. So we'll take that bit off. And what I like about it is that it's much more substantial than I thought it would. Now, if they had had the straw kiss lock in this colour, I would have been in real trouble because I would have found it difficult to pick between these. Now, I've deliberately worn black today just to show this bad boy off. I think that's a wonderful length. It gives me a bit of room here. I'm going to be honest, I'm probably going to carry it like that. My plan for how I style this is very much with long summer dresses, with linen trousers, perhaps a t-shirt, that type of thing, for what I would wear this with. I'll definitely probably put some like, you know, the claw clips that you get with the flowers on it. I think they decorate these really well when you use items like that. I might even add like my Murakami bag charm because I actually have a spare of that. And definitely with that puffy heart. But let's try the puffy heart on it just now. And then we can see what it looks like. Yeah, that looks great, doesn't it? It just adds a tiny little bit of something, but it's the saturated fuchsia colour that I absolutely love. Now, when I was talking to the sales assistant in store, who was absolutely wonderful, as always, Coach staff to me are so polite. They just want to help you. You can tell they actually appear to enjoy the brand and work in there, and they just want to really help you. And it looks, to me, they always seem happier than a lot of other designer brands where the staff in them, I'm going to be honest, to use a British phrase, look like they've got a pole up their backside, which means they're being a bit snobby and they think they're better than you because they work in a luxury store, which, to be honest, they're not, because nobody is better than anyone, regardless of where you work, how much money you have, what you do for a living, who you are, or anything like that, because we are all people and people should be nice to each other and treat each other the way they want to be treated. But anyway, that's my little lecture on that one over. So it always has been a pet peeve of mine to find shop assistants who just think they're better than you. I've often found that some luxury boutiques can be like that. I'm very lucky that Louis Vuitton in Edinburgh, I find the staff to be lovely. They really want to help you and look after you, everything else. And Coach I've found to be exactly the same. And obviously they've got totally different aesthetics and totally different customers. I do find with Coach that if they see you with a Coach item on, as in you've walked in with one, they love you even more because they know that you're already understanding Coach as a concept, Coach as a brand, and what Coach is all about. And for me, that just makes it so much easier. But yeah, I just couldn't believe how fabulous the staff were as per usual, and that this bag was just something I had not planned on at all, because I kept thinking, you live in Scotland, it rains a lot, when are you going to get to use this? My hope is I get to use this when I'm on holiday. I'm going to talk about that all the way through June, all the way through every single video I do. Because I'm going on holiday this month. It might not be abroad, but that's okay, because a change of scenery is as good as anything else. So yeah, I got these lovely, lovely Coach items in the store on Saturday, and I'm absolutely in lust at the very least. Perhaps love, actually, because this is way better quality than I thought it was. I thought it was going to feel quite thin and a bit less useful and a bit like it would maybe break quite quickly, but it's really surprised me how durable this actually feels. Yeah, it's this straw type of bag. It's not going to be for every day, and it's going to be something I use sparingly, but what better than this with a pop of colour as your pop of colour to a really plain boring outfit? I can even see myself using this to take like my purse and my phone and my keys and the essentials that you need when you're working, because this just kind of reminds you that when you're at work you've got to concentrate on that life is for living, and that you work to basically pay for the good things and to be able to afford to have a life that you do. So hopefully you've enjoyed that unboxing. I'm sure you're not surprised in the slightest that I have bought yet another pink bag. Pink, I think, is my kryptonite in terms of bags. I've bought so many over the years, and I've just recently done like a spring pink bag video, so hopefully you've enjoyed that one as well, and you'll see my brand new addition to it. While I'm away, I'm going to be going to Liverpool, but I'm also going to stop in, I don't know if it's going to be good or not, at Cheshire Oaks. It's been quite a few years since I've been there. I'm primarily going to go to Ralph Lauren and some of the more high street type stores, so that I can see what bargains I can get to like replace clothes items, etc. Because as you guys know, who've been around a bit, I've been on a weight loss journey. I am now officially 4.5 stone down. I have finished with the diet, and this is just little bits of fluctuation that I've got going on just now. But I've ended up I've literally had to buy everything, like pants, you name it. I've had to buy new ones because everything's too big, to the extent that I actually went out and bought a jacket in a size 8 and I nearly fell over. I tried on a 10 and I was a bit buzzing that it was a bit baggy. And when I put the 8 on and it fitted better, hubby was like, yeah, see, I bet you're even happier at that number now. So yeah, feels like I'm going to go there and hopefully get some new items for like spring for summer, and perhaps also for winter, because you're not going to always get the most recent stock in those outlet stores. I'm also going to obviously pay a visit to Coach, although I do know that the Coach store perhaps isn't what it used to be from an outlet perspective at Cheshire Oaks before. They also have Designer Exchange, which I'm really intrigued to see what stock they have this time when I go, and just really get a good look around. Where I can, I'm going to try and take some footage for you guys as well, because I'm trying to work my way up to maybe doing a shopping vlog, and we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, that's some of the good stuff that we've got coming up on the channel later. But if you've not subscribed yet and you enjoy my content, please consider doing that. If you could, I would love that, because I'd love at some point to get over 200 subscribers. I don't think that's, well, I think it's probably a big ask for this year, but we shall see. Maybe I will go viral. I don't even know how you go viral, but anyway, wherever it is, I'd be happy with like an extra 10, to be honest with you, because if it's 10 people that actually want to be here, that's better than going viral, isn't it? Well, it is in that world. But thanks so much for watching today. Take care, and I really hope to see you all in the next one. Bye now.